People often ask the question, is the American dream dead? I believe the moment we stop dreaming, we might as well be. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sewing, the creator of American Dream TV, a national TV show centered around real estate, lifestyle, and culture. A real show showing you real neighborhoods from real professionals. Today, we're going to take you all across the country, showing you why we live in the greatest country on the planet. Let's get this show started right now.
From coast to coast, it's not just about houses. It's about how people live, work, and dream. These streets hold stories. These homes hold hope. And the people, they're the heartbeat of something bigger. This isn't just real estate. This is the real America. One neighborhood at a time. Welcome to your neighborhood. Welcome to the American dream.
Welcome to Selling Philadelphia. I am your host, Deidre Quinn, and I'm gonna take you on a festive tour of our city. From the music of the Wanamaker organ in the Grand Court to city streets that are festive with community spirit, to an old-fashioned Christmas village and a holiday pop-up at the Uptown Beer Garden. We're gonna be riding with Philadelphia Trolley Works for up-close view of the lights, and we're gonna meet a couple people along the way that help keep the magic alive. Come on, let's go. Each year, thousands and thousands come together here in the Grand Court to watch this dazzling display. It marks the start of the holiday season for so many. I'm joined here today with Peter Richard Conte, who I'm thrilled to be here with. His artistry and dedication have defined the holidays spirit here in this space for generations. Peter, thank you so much for being here with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Yeah, so we talked a little bit before. Can you tell me a little bit about the history of the organ, and both as it relates to this holiday season and other than that?
Yeah, sure. Well, this organ is the largest fully functional musical instrument in the world. It represents the sounds of 3 symphony orchestras in its scope and palette. Literally 3 symphonies. There's 469 ranks or voices, so that's players in an orchestra basically at my disposal here. Each of these stop tabs controls up to 73 different pipes, which is why there are close to 30,000 pipes back in there. So it's an amazing instrument. This organ has been played every business day since it was first put in the building in 1911, all through the entire year. Most people associate it with Christmas time, but in fact, it's played every day of the year and has been up until when Macy's closed the doors in March.
Yeah, so now I understand you've been here since 1989, is that right?
Yeah, 87 actually as the assistant to the late Dr. Keith Chapman. I was as one of his assistants, and then I took over when he died tragically in 1989, and I've been here ever since. So I'm the 4th organist to have the job since 1911. Which makes me very old, but it's a real privilege. You don't leave this place. It's a special thing. It's one of the most iconic instruments in the world, literally.
Peter, I want to thank you so very much for being here with me today.
Yeah, it's a very exciting time. We've got some great new owners who are taking a real interest in the instrument, and we just hope it all comes together like we're all really, really praying.
Very good. Thank you so much. We're riding tonight with Philadelphia Trolley Works, their Holiday Lights Tour. We're going to go and see some of the most festive spots in the city. Come on, let's go. We're here now at Philadelphia's Christmas Village. It is a European-inspired open-air market. There are handcrafted gifts, tasty treats, warm drinks. Come on, let's check it out. We're here now on the legendary Smedley Street. where the neighbors all join together to make this street come alive. Can you just feel the community spirit? Here we are at Miracle on 13th Street. Look at all these fabulous lights where all of these neighbors come together once again to create this fun experience for everyone. Check out the spirit. Our holiday journey wraps up at the Uptown Beer Garden seasonal pop-up right across from Love Park. This festive space brings together warm lights, cozy fire pits, and a menu full of specialty holiday drinks and comfort food favorites. From classic winter cocktails to locally inspired bites, Uptown creates a welcoming atmosphere for friends, families, and visitors looking to toast the season in style. I'm here at the Uptown Beer Garden with Trina. This is a winter wonderland, a magical place, and I'm so excited to be here. So I understand you have a name for this holiday pop-up.
We do. This year, we decided to call it Uptown's Little Workshop. It is traditionally Uptown Beer Garden, but every Christmas season, we change it over to a different theme.
So fun. Now, I understand you have specialty drinks for the season. Can you tell me a little bit about those?
We do. Every year, the menu will change a little bit, and they also come in keepsake cups. It's become kind of a little bit of a tradition that people try to collect all of the cups. And they all have really cute names like Polar Espresso, Mary's Spritzmas, and Not My Gumdrop Buttons.
Yum, my goodness. So what's the best seller?
They're all pretty good. It just depends what people like. But of course, wouldn't be a Christmas bar without a spiked hot chocolate. So that's probably our best seller.
Should we get trying some of those drinks?
I think we should.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
As music filled Wanamaker Court and lights shimmered across city streets, it's clear that Philadelphia thrives on its traditions. People join together to create that community. Philadelphia and American Dream TV wish you a very happy holiday season.
Meeting at the Eagle at the famed John Wanamaker's department store in Center City, Philadelphia, has been a classic tradition throughout its 114 years of nesting in this glorious building. I'm Kelly McShane Tyree, your host for The American Dream. Today we'll explore the latest visions for this historic architectural jewel. Please meet Jake Elganian. As developers, you are 50-year family-owned, New York City-based. What drew TF Cornerstone to take on such an iconic piece of Philadelphia history?
We were brought here mostly by coincidence to see the building and then sort of fell in love with the bricks. First, there was an opportunity to buy the Macy's portion, which we did in around 2019. And then as the office market deteriorated in the pandemic, we had an opportunity to buy the rest of the building and thought it would be a really great opportunity to put the building back together and revitalize it for the city.
So what should intrigued Philadelphians look forward to as a residential experience here?
I think there's a few really special things. One is probably the windows and the ceiling heights that we'll have in the apartments. And then the other one that'll be pretty exciting is the original Wanamaker building, natural light shone down into the Grand Court.
Well, thank you so much for your leap of faith into our city of brotherly love.
Thank you so much for having me.
Please meet Ray Biswanger. What makes this Wanamaker organ so extraordinary, both musically and historically?
Well, we have more voices, more sets of pipes than any other pipe organ in the world. And one of the reasons it's so beloved, ironically, is it was underbuilt. The original organ that came from St. Louis didn't quite have the strength it needed to have here, which made it soft, but big choruses of softness, beautiful velvety tones, and they kept adding to it a string organ, solo organs, choir organs, beautiful, beautiful stops that just sing and are perfectly suited for the original department store setting. It's just a very friendly, warm, golden sound that you hear nowhere else.
How have the Friends of the Organ helped to preserve this treasure over the years?
Well, we've been privileged to help what have been our retail partners. We had retail executives who really don't specialize in caring for pipe organs. They want to pursue their careers, and we took that burden away from them. There's always been 2 full-time curators here, but we knew that we had to add to that as the organ aged. Most of it's over 100 years old now, and it needed specialized people who are familiar with the care and feeding of a gargantuan pipe organ.
Peter Richard Conti has been the principal organist at the Wanamaker Grand Court since 1989. Peter, can you share some memorable performances or moments that stand out for you?
Yeah, certainly one of the highlights in my almost four decades, that's hard to imagine. The Philadelphia Orchestra came back to this building in 2008. First time in 75 years. They had been back in the building, and we did a piece that was originally written for them and this instrument in the 1920s, never performed until that moment in 2008, and it was magical.
What are some interesting facts about this organ that most people don't know?
Yeah, well, it is the largest fully functional musical instrument in the world. It's got just shy of 29,000 pipes, 28 and change. It is also built in the American symphonic style, which is a particular style of organ building that imitates symphony orchestras. And if you look at the stops that I have to my right and left, you'll see engravings for French horns, clarinets, English horns, tubas, huge amount of string toe, like you'd find on a symphonic stage.
The Wanamaker family described this Renaissance revival structure as an artistic center, a temple of the beautiful. On that note, please meet Grammy-winning countertenor, General Director and President of Philadelphia Opera, Anthony Roth Costanzo.
Great to see you.
Anthony, you've described this glorious building itself as operatic. Can you expand on that, both in meaning and in its potential?
Well, you know, this was the intersection of arts and commerce. That's how Wanamaker built it. And I love this idea that opera is inherently interdisciplinary, that it has dance, it has fashion, it has art in the set and costumes. So there's so many disciplines, obviously theater and music as well, at play in opera. And I wanted to bring them all into this space, which in its scale, the Grand Court, is so operatic. It feels like you're in an opera house or on an opera set. This is the Greek Hall, another amazing space in the Wanamaker building, and Opera Philadelphia has activated this with cabaret shows and even silent films accompanied by this Wurlitzer theater organ. So just seeing all the culture and the different corners of the building where people see tone, it was really exciting.
What a birthday present, Philly. The revitalization of John Wanamaker's early vision to bring commerce, architecture, art, and celebratory culture into one venue for the love of Philadelphia. I'm Kelly McShane Tyree, Realtor and your host for The American Dream.
Hi, I'm Karen Green, and I'm your host for ADTV. And today we're in Finleyville, Pennsylvania, about 30 minutes south of Pittsburgh. We're at the Pittsburgh Pilot Training Facility, and we are going to be interviewing the owner of the school, Jordan Abramovitz. And we will also be taking a flight in this particular plane by the name of Peaches. Let's get busy. So Jordan, tell me about somebody's journey getting their pilot's license when they have absolutely zero experience.
Yeah, well, the first step is we typically bring them in and get to know them as a person. What is your goal? You know, is it something that you just always want to do your whole life? Do you want to do it for a career? But we always start off with what's known as a discovery flight.
Right.
Discovery flight, you just go up, casually fly the airplane. You're going to fly 90% of the time. I'm just going to gently guide you through just some simple maneuvers, just so you can feel what it's like to fly an airplane.
Yeah.
And then we explain the steps to get your private pilot's license.
Okay.
So there's 3 different steps that you have to accomplish in that time. You have to pass a written test, and we help you study for that. Then on your check ride day, an examiner comes here and he asks you questions for about an hour. It's the oral portion. And then after that, you go fly for about an hour and demonstrate different maneuvers that we practice throughout your training here. So we just try to build confidence, situational awareness, skill, and just have fun while we're doing it. That's the main thing. We need to do 2 things at this school. We need to be great teachers and treat people great. If we accomplish those 2 things and make it enjoyable for the student, that's what's most important to
Then
us.
you're a success. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so the Wall of Fame, maybe you could explain to me. Yeah, based on success, I assume.
We have a 96% pass rate on the first time.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, we take a lot of pride in that. And once you pass your check ride, you go on the Wall of Fame, and then you get your higher ratings, which would be an instrument rating, commercial rating. You get a little star, and you know, we make it a big deal for you because it's a big deal for you, so it's a big deal for us. And every one of us have been there before, you know.
Right.
So some portion of people think it's unachievable, and just like anything in life, you just go step by step, you can achieve it.
How many people do you normally have?
We have about 65 active students.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You know, some might fly once a week, some might be flying 5 times a week. Just depends on their goals and how fast they want to progress through the program. I'm fortunate enough to own the flight school, and also I'm an airline pilot, so I can kind of give them guidance and share the vision of here's the path that you need to take. You know, we just try to do the best we can to lead you to the promised land.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? You talked about a little bit of discovery.
Yeah.
So maybe we should take a look at that.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good. We can prep the discovery flight and then go fly and just have some fun.
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's go.
This is an airplane, right?
Right.
So an airplane has things that they call the 3 primary flight controls. So there's a yoke that's in an airplane. It's like the steering wheel, but in an airplane it's called a yoke. We can take this yoke and we can go left, or we can bank right, and we can push it in and out, right? Here on the outside of the wings is the ailerons. What the ailerons do is they bank the airplane. So you take the yoke, you bank left, you bank right, and that's essentially what's gonna do this motion right
Okay.
And then in the back here, this thing's called the elevator right here. So when we take the yoke and we pitch forward or pull back, that is going to control what's known as pitch. So this motion right here. Okay? And then the 3rd primary flight control is the rudder right here. The rudder, we're actually going to use pedals on the ground. So we're going to push our left and right foot, and that's going to control what's known as yaw, so that we fly coordinated through the air. So this is yaw with the rudder pedals. This is bank. We take the yoke and bank left or right with the ailerons. And then the elevator in the back, we can push forward and pull back, and that controls pitch, just like this. So those are the 3 primary flight controls, and that's what we'll be doing. When we go fly the plane today, you're gonna do most of the flying. I want you to focus on,
I thought the cameraman was.
Yeah, he can if he wants to, it doesn't matter. So you ready to go fly?
Next, let's do it.
No punctures or anything in the fuselage. You check that out.
Yep.
Check out the stabilator.
Make sure it's moving, right?
Yeah, make sure it's free and correct. Remember, this is the pitch.
Right.
This is the trim tab right here.
Okay.
4-round autopilot, they call it. It relieves control pressure.
Okay.
Here's the rudder. You always want to be real gentle on the rudder, and that's what's going to control yaw so that we fly coordinated through.
Okay.
Brakes are set. Clear prop. We want to make sure we stay clear so that if someone's walking by, obviously they don't get hit by the prop.
Yep.
All right. We're going to turn the anti-collision light on, master light on, electric fuel pump on, mixture rich.
Okay.
And we're going to fire her up.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Remember, airplanes have wings, don't hit them on things. Very good. We're clear right, clear left. You're doing really well. No full power.
Hey.
Our gauges are great. Our airspeed's alive. We're gonna gently pull back. Nice. All right? You're doing great. Now we're flying straight and level. Look outside. Remember, this is your best friend. See its relationship to the horizon?
Yes.
Like we're not fighter pilots,
Yeah.
right? I always say grandma's in the back and we don't want to get her sick.
How you doing, John?
I'm doing good. I'm staying calm.
Thanks, Grandma.
That's perfect. You're doing awesome. But landing's the tricky part. And what we do is go down and we fly level and we just let the energy dissipate. Just gotta pitch up and land on the mains just like that. That's how it's done. Very nice.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We had a really, really good time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much again for
Absolutely.
everything that you did today. Appreciate it.
It was a pleasure.
Again, my name's Karen Green with American Dream TV. I was your host, and we really appreciate you for tuning in. Join us next time. Thank you very much.
Very nice.
Today on American Dream TV, we're in Allentown with Aaron Houch, owner of Rogues and Regs Custom Clothiers. Aaron specializes in custom clothing and expert tailoring, helping clients achieve the perfect fit and timeless style. We're excited to welcome his business to Allentown and learn more about his craft. Hi, Aaron. Thanks for joining us today on American Dream TV. Thanks for having us. For those just discovering Rogues and Regs, tell us about how the business got started.
Kind of, like a lot of us have to do in today's day, and maybe perhaps all across humanity in our existence, in various different economies, we gotta invent and often reinvent ourselves, and necessity is the mother of all invention. So in my case, it was just capitalizing on an old childhood passion and an economy that wasn't doing so well in my given job market. I have a history in working with my hands, being a welder, and before that, having some time enlisted in the military. So I just, I've always liked work, So I wanted to do something that was refined and fun and having something to do with fashion. Didn't see any tailors, or not many tailors. And so I said, I'm going to figure that out. It's just sewing, right? Who doesn't know how to do that?
Me. So custom clothing and tailoring, it's truly an art, right? What inspired you to focus on the custom part of it?
Exactly that. As people, we have to wear clothes, and we all have ideas about how those clothes should fit. And when you get into the intricacies of fixing clothing and fixing fit problems, you start to see that some things are possible, some things are not, and that fixing the fit problems is probably best done from the place of the pattern before the garment is made. And that right there is in and of itself where the art starts. And I just thought that, I could always be, an alteration specialist, or I can always, inside of our economy, contract with labor forces that make clothes, perhaps in mass, or I can artistically do it one by one. And I like that approach. That's fun to me.
So for someone who's never had custom clothing made, okay, what's the experience like from the first fitting to the final piece?
Well, I think for you as the customer commissioning the piece, I try to make it somewhat just fun, as fun as it can be, as far as clothing is concerned. For the men that I'm working with, there's a lot going on. There's a monetary investment that's being made, and so all kinds of things that are not interesting or worth considering when you're out and about in any given store suddenly become interesting, suddenly become things that you start to think about and put a lot of stock into. And so it's just an enjoyable process to go through various material and style details with different men and introduce them to something that ends up basically making a piece of clothing very uniquely theirs.
When somebody comes in here and says, like, they have some insecurities about certain parts of their body, do you help them with that? Say, well, then we got to do this with the tailoring.
Yeah. Every man has something that they like about their physique and their appearance, and then maybe a whole lot of things they don't, or that they're concerned about. And so most consultations there is a good amount of time spent basically addressing these psychological features of difference in opinion and taste for the way the market is pushing clothing, looks at them, and them having questions about, like, hey, I'm this size guy, should I be wearing a suit that's fitted like a glove? Or should I be wearing something that's a little looser or longer, and having to take time to reorient a man's thoughts around, here's what works now and will always work for you, is part of the process every time.
If you're in Allentown and want custom clothing and expert tailoring, check out Rogues and Regs Custom Clothiers. And trust me, you'll be seeing me in this custom suit. It feels incredible to wear something made just for you. Thanks for watching American Dream TV. See you next time.
Welcome to the American Dream. I am your host, Jamie Brosco-Smith, and today we're shining a spotlight on one of Philadelphia's true local heroes, Stray Cat Relief, founded in 2011. We're going inside their mission to see how they champion for trap, neuter, vaccinate, and release, care for multiple cat colonies, as well as their dedicated efforts through fostering and adoption. We're going to head over to the original cat colony known as the Pier in South Philadelphia. So I'm here with Michelle Ashley, who is the Director of Operations at Stray Cat Relief. Michelle, thank you for meeting with me and for everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
So what is a cat colony? Because a lot of people don't know what that is.
Yeah, so a cat colony is a group of cats, whether they're feral or they're stray,
right,
or a combination of both,
right,
where they kind of cohabitate, where they have a source of water, food, and shelter.
Right. And I know that Stray Cat Relief maintains multiple cat colonies. We're in one now. How many cat colonies are you guys maintaining, and about how many cats would you guess are living there?
So currently we just added 2. So now we're up to 5.
Wow.
But this was the original cat colony, and how Stray Cat Relief Fund got started because of this. There were over 200 cats here. They were managed in terms of food, but no one was getting them fixed.
Right.
No one was getting them medical care. So we had, cats multiplying, and it just kept growing and growing until our president stepped in and started sort of taking over this area,
right,
and finding volunteers such as myself that would come out here. And now as soon as like a stray cat, like a friendly cat is dumped, we will trap it and immediately get it fixed if it needs fixed, or get it into foster care. Some are feral,
right,
and this is their family and this is their environment,
right,
and they're happy here.
It's amazing the work that you guys are doing, and thank you from a cat person and for shedding a light on this amazing work. We're gonna head over to the adoption center and meet with Debbie and hopefully some adoptables. So I'm here with Debbie, who is the Vice President at Stray Cat Relief. We are at the adoption center. Deb, thank you for everything that you're doing for these cats or just the community in general.
Of course.
What else does Stray Cat Relief do outside of the colonies?
We do a lot. So we do a lot of just regular on the street trapping. Doesn't have to be with our colonies. It's we just go out any different areas. Like I said, my neighborhood doorsteps, a lot of trapping. Cats that just don't want to be inside, right, or can't be inside, that are truly feral, we will trap and release them. Do a lot of medical care for, the cats that are in the rescue, also feral cats,
right,
feral cats, even cats that are outside, they still have medical issues. We do that. We cover all of that too. Owners, people that can't afford care for their pets or getting them fixed, we cover those costs. Some of the time, a lot of events,
Right. A lot of things to keep us going. We have the adoption center.
That's what I was going to say, and the fostering and
the fostering, yes.
Obviously, you're painting a very clear picture as to the dire need for the stray cats in the city of Philadelphia and around. If someone wanted to get involved, like what's something immediate and impactful that they could do to help you guys?
I would say like the top two things is donate. Right, donate is the first thing. I know everybody's so tired of hearing about money and begging, but we don't have any funding. There's nobody that is running this except for the public, and the only way that we get donations is either through social media or email outreach, and it's from the public and the community that actually keep us going.
Right.
Two is fostering, and volunteering. So fostering, there's so many cats. There's only so many cats that I can fit in the adoption center. Right. We need fosters that are going to help us with the cats that are socially challenged, that need a little bit of extra work. Kittens that can't come here. There's a lot. There's a lot going on.
Well, thank you so much for all that you guys are doing. And it's definitely, for cat people, it's a huge deal, but thank you for everything that you're doing and for taking the time to shed a light on all of it.
No problem.
Are you sleeping? Well, that wraps up our segment. A huge thank you to Michelle, Debbie, and the rest of the team at Stray Cat for their tireless dedication. It's organizations like these, fueled by compassion, community support, and everyday Philadelphians that embody the spirit of our city. From TNVR and medical care to fostering and adoption, they are making a huge difference in the lives of these cats. And as I mentioned, I know firsthand the joy a rescue cat can bring. Remember, you can make a difference. Until next time, I am your host, Jamie Brosco-Smith, and this is The American Dream.
Hey there, my name's Lori White Tomasi. I'm a local realtor and host of American Dream TV. Welcome to Lawrenceville, about 3 miles from downtown Pittsburgh, a trendy and hip neighborhood, home to many artists and designers, and a really great place to live, dine, and hang out. Walkable Butler Street, where we are now, the main drag through the neighborhood, has it all you can imagine. There's restaurants, bars, boutique, galleries, everything. It's all hip, it's all trendy, and it's a fun place to be. Lawrenceville was started by William B. Foster in the early 1800s. It was named after Captain James Lawrence, who gained fame during the war with Britain by coining the phrase, "Don't give up the ship." William B. Foster was the father of Stephen Foster, who is known as the father of American music. So much history comes from Lawrenceville. For people who want to live in a very vibrant and thriving neighborhood with easy access to everything, you've got your classic row houses, single-family homes with tons of character, and historically interesting mixed-use buildings where many people live in the same place where they work. Due to so much heavy industry in the area, it became very populated. These ethnically diverse people wanted to live, shop, and attend church services in the neighborhood where they lived. The Diocese of Pittsburgh began to establish more churches due to the demand from the people, so many of which were Scotch, Irish, Catholic immigrants. So plans for a new church were created since other churches in the neighborhood served the folks of German, Italian, and Polish descent. In 1994, an industrious group purchased the church and reopened it in 1996 as the Church Brew Works, a super cool restaurant and brewery, retaining much of its original features and preserving its historic structure. The building stands as a great example of an existing building preserving an amazing history of the area where generations of people came through the doors, first as parishioners, and then as folks come in to enjoy a great atmosphere in a wonderful place with good food and good beer. We're here with Jason Marone. He's the executive chef and COO of the Church Brew Works. Got a couple questions for you.
Oh, shoot.
So tell us about the renovations of this place. A church into a brewery. How does that happen?
Well, we're looking for a building that was available, and this building was available. So we tried to reuse everything here. The original lanterns, we rewired them. We took the pews and cut them down to make booths. We used the pews as our bar, so our bar's built out of the pews. We took bricks when we blew out the confessionals that we now use for liquor storage and entrance and exit areas. We took those bricks and we used them to hold the sign outside. So we really tried to use a lot of what was already here, reuse it and recycle it.
Reduce, reuse, recycle, right?
Absolutely,
3 Rs.
absolutely.
That's always the way for sure.
Absolutely.
Always the way for sure. So what kind of changes have happened over the years?
Well, I've been here almost 30 years, and really not too many changes. It's pretty well stood the test of time. We've changed a couple minor things. You know, we use digital beer boards now as opposed to chalkboards. But for the most part, it's pretty much the same.
So in other words, if it isn't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
It's worked.
It's
and
worked.
It continues to work.
It does, absolutely.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool. We're with Matt Moniger, head brewer of Church Brew Works. Got a couple questions for you. How did you get into brewing beer?
So I started working here as a server in 2003, and I was home brewing, and it was just a very serendipitous situation. The head brewer was looking for somebody to hire to help out in the brewery. Literally the day that I asked if they needed help in the brewery, because I was interested in taking the next step from home brewing to professional brewing.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool story, though. So you got lots of different kinds of brews going on here. How do you figure out how to make those different kinds of brews?
In general, I mean, you just kind of try to, stay on the right side of trends. Know your clientele is an important thing. What we serve here might be different from like a smaller, place in a different area with a different clientele. So it's kind of like any business. You just kind of have to, you need to react, but you have to be proactive as well. So sometimes you miss. I mean, sometimes it's like, wow, I think this beer is great. And, 4 months later, it's like, nobody likes this beer. What am I going to do with it?
So is it constantly changing? You have different kinds all the time?
So we have 3 beers that we have on tap all the time. The Celestial Gold, which is a Pilsner, kind of between a Czech and a German-style Pilsner. Weissbank Dunkel, which I mentioned, which is a Munich-style Dunkel, so it's a dark amber lager. And then we have our Thunderhop IPA, which is, it's basically, it's a hazy IPA, kind of unintentionally, but it's just a combination of yeast and hops that we use to make it hazy, which is, not a problem for people these days. So those are 3 flagships. Probably 1 or 2 of our beers at any given time is seasonally appropriate, and then the others are just, whatever brewer's choice, I guess. Yeah, right, yes. Hopefully, yes, that's the intention.
I hope you enjoyed getting to know Lawrenceville. Thanks for coming along with me. See you next time when we take another journey looking for the American dream. I'm Lori White Tomasi, signing off.
I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the American Dream TV. We created this show to combat negative media, to show that the American dream is alive and well by showing you real stories in real neighborhoods. Thank you so much for watching the show, and cheers to your American dream.